In the headlines this morning, communities urged to avoid indiscriminate dumping of refuse to protect the environment. Anglican Bishop of Nnewi Diocese, Most Reverend Obala, calls for promotion of press freedom in Nigeria. INEC to convoke dialogue on electoral matters. And on the foreign scene, Taliban delegation asks international forces to leave Afghanistan. My name is Chidima Oranwanyo. Welcome to the news at 7. The Minister of State for Education, Professor Anthony Anambra, has called for joint efforts towards preventing and reclaiming lands from erosion in the country. The minister made the call during the official commissioning and handover ceremony of flood and erosion control project executed by the federal government through the Ecological Fund Office around Ochanja Market, Onitsha. Correspondent Emmanuel Okonkwo reports.
Professor Anambra, who noted that the federal government's execution of projects across the state is a demonstration of the sincerity of purpose of the Buhari-led administration towards entrenching justice, equity, and fairness in the country, commended the Anambra State Governor, Chief Willie Obiano, and people of Onitsha South for providing a rancor-free environment during the course of the project execution in the area, and implored communities that benefited from the scheme to avoid indiscriminate dumping of refuse in drainages for its sustenance.
For the commissioning and handing over ceremony of this valuable project of flood and erosion control around Ochanja Market and Onitsha, Anambra State, which was executed by the federal government through the Ecological Fund Office of the federal government of Nigeria, for the benefit of the residents of Onitsha community and its environment.
Governor Obiano, who was represented by his deputy, Dr. Nkemo Okeke, while commending the member representing Onitsha South Federal Constituency at the National Assembly, Barrister Linda Ibazu, for attracting such laudable projects in the area, called on other members of the state who occupy one position or the other at the national level to assist the state government in the development of the state by attracting projects from the federal level.
Representation is not so. You attract projects in your community. What's expected of you. And I want to thank Lynn for attracting this wonderful projects to this area.
I'd like to especially thank the SGF, the Ecological Fund Office, because Onitsha people were dying. The flood was really creating a lot of havoc. We are losing lives. People could not trade. And I wrote to them and went to them and begged them.
The project is one of the 13 ecological intervention projects approved by Mr. President for the fourth quarter 2017.
Road reclamation, and we provided access roads. We have channels of different sizes spreading around Ochanja Market, and the total length of road is about 3.5 kilometers.
Speaking on behalf of the residents, the chairman of Onitsha South Landlords Association, FEGE, Chief Mike Ojiako, appreciated the honorable member for such intervention, which he said has reduced the dangers posed to lives and property of residents in the area by the erosion and persistent flooding. Various cultural troops and women groups chanted songs of solidarity for the honorable member during the event. From Onitsha, I am Emmanuel Okonkwo, reporting for ABS News.
Thank you, Emmanuel, for that report. Governor Willie Obiano has called on leaders at all levels to use their position to serve the people. The governor made the call at St. Thomas Parish, Azobunike, Oyi Council area during the 71st birthday and retirement Thanksgiving service for the retired Anglican Bishop of Agwata Diocese and Dean Emeritus Church of Nigeria, Most Reverend Christian Afobi. Again, correspondent Emmanuel Okonkwo has details.
The governor, represented by his deputy, Dr. Nkemo Okeke, who described leadership as a call to serve others, charged leaders to use their position to impact positively on other people's lives, especially the downtrodden in the society. Governor Obiano, while commending the bishop for working effectively for the diocese during his years of service, prayed for God's reward and blessings on him and encouraged others to emulate him. In a remark, the celebrant, Most Reverend Defobe, thanked all that graced the occasion and prayed for God's blessings on them. The event attracted hosts of bishops, both from Anglican and Catholic denominations, government functionaries, among others. From St. Anthony's Anglican Church, Obunike, in Oyi local government area, I am Emmanuel Okonkwo, reporting for ABS News.
The fourth session of the 8th Synod of the Anglican Diocese of Nnewi will begin on June 1st, 2019 to end on 5th. The Bishop of the Diocese, Most Reverend Godwin Okpala, disclosed this at a pre-Synod press briefing in his office in Nnewi North local government area. Correspondent Daniel Ezigwe, who attended the briefing, reports that Synod sessions mark the year of existence of the diocese, and this year's Synod of Nnewi Diocese is the last to be presided over by Bishop Okpala, who will retire in September this year. His report.
The Synod, which marks the 24th year of the birth of the Nnewi Diocese, will also bring the 25th episcopacy of Archbishop Okpala to an end. Addressing the press, Archbishop Okpala described Synod as a council convened to discuss church issues, tackle setbacks, and map out plans for the running of the church for the next 1 year. The prelate, who traced the first Synod to the Bible in Acts of Apostles chapter 15, noted that the event yields multiple benefits, including repositioning the structural base of the church, planting of new churches, and strengthening of the gospel of God. Answering a separate question on press freedom, Archbishop Okpala warned that press restriction is the same as the restriction of the people's conscience and called for the end of laws gagging press freedom in Nigeria.
This year, because it is my last synod, we decided that urban archdeaconries will co-host the synod, with the exception of the cathedral, which will host the first synod for the new bishop who will come after me. So it is the urban archdeaconries in Nnewi that we co-host it, beginning with Otolo Archdeaconry, because the opening service will be there, after which we go and visit the monarch, who is from Otolo. That is why we have chosen Otolo to kickstart it, because we must go and pay homage to the Igwe of the town. Then after that, the next day, which is Synod Sunday, Nnewi Archdeaconry will take it up. The service will be there in the Church, the Mass Church in Nnewi, and there we will do a lot of things like launching for fund for development projects, and also we will recognize some people who we deem have helped the diocese all this long, and also those who are not alive, those who helped the diocese but are no longer there. Some of them will be given posthumous recognition.
On his part, the Synod Secretary, Venerable Roland Obikobe, said the Synod will feature a range of activities that will make it a worthwhile occasion, including talks from experts, awards, and posthumous recognitions, and the Bishop's final presidential charge.
We have many prayers. We pray concerning the well-being of the nation, concerning the well-being of all the Christians, concerning everything that has been intimidating the well-being of this nation. And after that, the synod will move to Mudim on Tuesday, where we will have our plenary session. We are also in these areas we will launch. We expect that the delegates will come to launch to help facilitate the projects of the diocese.
The local organizing committee chairman of the 2019 Synod, Prince Sunday Okoye, highlighted the program of the Synod, which will begin with a reception service at St. Thomas Anglican Church, Otolo Nnewi, and a visit to the traditional ruler of Nnewi, Igwe Kenneth Orizu, as well as the Synod Sunday proper. Assessing the pastoral and personal life of Most Reverend Obala, the Archdeacon of Okofia Archdeaconry, Venerable Patrick Nweke, said the Archbishop, in his 25 years of pastoral service, has exemplified humility and noted that the Synod will culminate into the breakthroughs of the Bishop in Nnewi Diocese. The 2019 Nnewi Diocesan Synod will be co-hosted by 5 urban archdeaconries and will have the theme, Steadfastness in God's Service. From Nnewi, Daniel Ezigwe, ABS News.
State government is not relenting in its effort to light up communities in the state with the ongoing installation of street lights in various parts of the state. Staff reporter Blessing Ijedibia completes this report.
A team of engineers was at Ukeidani section of the popular Mpaumo-Jinobi Road installing the street lights. Speaking to the ABS, the project manager, Colonel Arinze Chukwu, said the project will be completed soonest as the necessary logistics have been put in place. He explained that the streetlight project has been completed in some communities within the Idemili Council area.
You can see what is going on here. You can see for yourself a lot of poles are being mounted, and you can see right now we are casting the base. Give and take, in another 2 weeks, the whole street, the whole road will be lit up.
The streetlight project is no longer for urban areas alone, as the rural communities are now having their own share of the project, which will, among other things, raise the tempo of socio-economic activities, increase the employment opportunities, and restore nightlife in benefiting communities. Some stakeholders who spoke to the ABS urged members of the communities to protect the facilities from vandalization. Blessing Ijedibia, ABS News.
Over 258 students enrolled at the Metallurgical Training Institute, MTI, have vowed to be of good conduct at the 25th matriculation ceremony of the school. Again, staff reporter Odinaka Nwolisa completes the story.
The ceremony, which commenced with procession of students, all dressed in their academic gown, with the head of training of the institute, Mrs. Frank Alisigwe, presenting them as they took oath of loyalty. The institute, established in 1978, was to fill the technological gap in nation building, as well as reduce overdependence on foreign experts to manage the industrial sector. In his address, the Director of Chief Executive of the institute, Mr. Bode Fakalde, while congratulating the new students, noted that the institute is contributing its quota in developing skilled technical manpower, stressing that skill empowerment plays a pivotal role in overall economy of the country. Dr. Fakalde appreciated the federal government for its numerous infrastructural developments witnessed in the school so far, noting that the institute is on its path to greatness with the National Board for Technical Education, NBTE, soon to accredit some of their programs. He lamented that the country has not given adequate attention to vocational education.
The institute was established over 3 decades ago to fill the technological gap that existed in our nation, thereby reducing our dependence on engaging foreign experts.
Earlier, the head of training, Mrs. Frank Alisigwe, said the institute is strategically positioned to provide the much-needed skill for human development, reminding the students of the need to utilize the opportunity. She announced that the school has zero tolerance to social vices, instrumental to their studies, cautioning against cultism, drug addiction, exam malpractices, among others.
It is geared towards producing employers of labor rather than job seekers.
In a remark, the President, Students Union Government, Comrade Ernest Ndokwe, while congratulating the students, charged them to focus on harnessing their potential.
Metallurgical Training Institute is a great citadel of learning that has a vision to develop highly skilled, practically and production-oriented, low and middle-level technical manpower.
Speaking on behalf of the matriculants, Mr. Daniel Broderick promised to be good ambassadors of the school, their various families, and the society at large. In an interview, Other students that spoke, including Mr. Sylvester Ndom and Ebetet Okon Akpan, reassured to put in their best as they navigate in the academic sojourn. Cultural dance and exhibition of industrial fabricated equipment produced by various departments featured at the event. From Metallurgical Training Institute, Odinaka Wolisa, ABS News.
The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has set in motion processes for convocation of national dialogue on electoral matters. INEC Chairman Professor Mahmoud Yakubu announced this at the opening of the meeting between the INEC management team and the resident Electoral Commissioner Rex of the 36 states and FCT. Yakubu said, with the conclusion of the 2019 general elections, it is time to look at every area of election management in the country. Consequently, he said the Commission will be meeting with the various stakeholders on the various issues that needed to be straightened. And on the foreign scene, a Taliban delegation have set a group of senior Afghan politicians in Moscow, insisting that international forces must leave Afghanistan for peace to be agreed amid gathering diplomatic efforts to end the 18-year war. The delegation, led by Chief Taliban negotiator Mullah Baradar Akhund, met politicians including senior regional leaders and candidates challenging President Ashraf Ghani in this year's presidential election. The Taliban, ousted by US-backed forces weeks after the September 11, 2001 attacks on the United States, refer to themselves as the Islamic Emirate. Mohammed Karim Khalili, head of the High Peace Council, the main body charged with pursuing peace efforts, said dozens of people were being killed and fighting every day, and it was time for a dignified and just mechanism to end the bloodshed. And now sports. Sports as extracurricular activity has been described as an essential element in the all-round development of students. The Anambra State Commissioner for Basic Education, Professor Kate Omenowa, stated this in Nnokwa on the occasion of the 2019 annual inter-house competition of Community Secondary School in Nnokwa. Correspondent Valentine Mbadowa has details.
Omenowa, who spoke through the Zonal Director, Education, Post-Primary School Service Commission, Ogidi Zone, Dr. Mrs. Uchechibo Okeke, noted that sports contributes immensely on the physical, mental, social, and emotional development of the students. She urged the students to be actively involved in sporting activities.
Work and no play makes second work. And these days, there are a lot of things that people can do with sporting activities. Even with sporting activities, people can go places. Like in the area of football, athletics, and a lot of things. So it is good. We know that students are very much interested. If you look at the students' faces, you will know that there is a lot of joy in them.
Earlier, in a welcome address, the principal of the school, Mrs. Justina Madabuchi, while appreciating the state government for making sports more attractive by supplying to all the schools in Anambra State the necessary sporting equipment and facilities, assured of greater commitment towards ensuring that the best of the students is realized through academic activities and also through sports. Mrs. Madabuchi observed that completion of the perimeter fencing of the school would enhance security of the students, infrastructure, and as well as the core members who live within the school premises, and requested the intervention of the government and other affluent individuals in the community. She, however, appreciated the efforts being made by the community, the Old Boys Association, as well as PTA in ensuring that the school is better positioned.
Sports is a very vital ingredient in physical development. As a matter of fact, it's part of the curriculum, the academic curriculum, because you don't just read. When you do mental exercise, you also try to do physical exercise. So sports is helping them to develop, to become a whole person. For your well-being, you have to engage in one sporting activity or the other. Apart from physical fitness, sports takes you away from a lot of evil plans, evil desires, and evil thoughts.
The importance of sports in our society cannot be overemphasized. You know, these days, the sports is the learning thing in the society. We try to encourage the students because gone are days when our wards used to engage in sports. If they come back home, they receive some stroke of cane. But these days we encourage students and our wards to participate in sports because these days in the country and internationally, sports is the learning thing globally.
The event, which was held at the school pitch, attracted major stakeholders in the education sector. The traditional ruler of Nnokwa, Igwe Emmanuel Ajama, was represented by the Palace Secretary, Mr. Gilbert Obiebu, while the President General of Nnokwa Progress Union, Sajo Uchendo, was also represented by the Publicity Secretary of the Town Union, Mr. Festus Obi, among other dignitaries. The inter-house sports featured relay races, match pass, and other games among the various houses of the school, as well as invitation relay races for neighboring primary and secondary schools. From Nnokwa, Valentine Mbadowa, reporting for ABS News.
That's it on the news, but before we go, a quick reminder that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any parts of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube at youtube.com/ABS Radio TV online. Follow us on Twitter at ABS Radio TV and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. And now the recap of our major stories. Just before we go, communities have urged to avoid indiscriminate dumping of refuse to protect environment. Anglican Bishop of Nnewi Diocese, Most Reverend Okpala, has called for promotion of press freedom in Nigeria. INEC to convoke dialogue on electoral matters. And on the foreign scene, we reported that the Taliban delegation has asked international forces to leave Afghanistan. And that's the size of our package this morning. Many thanks for joining us. My name is Chidinma Oranwa. Do have a wonderful day.